In Senegal, former Prime Minister Idrissa Seck says if elected, he will implement measures to improve the living conditions of citizens. Seck, who is a founder and presidential candidate for the opposition Remy party, which means nation in the local Wolof language, says he has the track record and the qualifications to bring change. His remarks come after he signed an agreement with Vanguard Africa, a human rights advocate based in Washington, D.C. Seck is also calling on the U.S. to help ensure peace and stability in Senegal following unconfirmed reports that President Macky Sall may seek an unprecedented third term in office. Voters in Senegal will go to the polls in February 2024 to choose a new president. I caught up with the former Senegalese Prime Minister and aspiring presidential candidate to talk about his electoral prospect, why he engaged human rights advocate Vanguard Africa, as well as his call for the U.S. to help shore up democracy in Senegal.
Vanguard Africa has an unparalleled track record of supporting ethical candidates who stand up for free and fair elections in Africa. We must work together to ensure that Senegal's rich, well-earned democratic tradition continues, and I have been recommended to work with Vanguard on that regard.
Talk to me about what critically is at stake in the February 2024 election in Senegal, and what do you think are the key issues, or what are Senegalese telling you about the key issues they care about?
Well, we are at an inflection point for our country and our sub-region and the whole African continent. The main issue in Senegal is which candidate is best suited and qualified to provide people with more and better jobs, more income, more and better food, good health care, good education for their kids. Those are the main issues at stake in this upcoming election.
Well, so who do you think is best or uniquely qualified to meet the requirement of Senegalese, especially since supporters of the President Macky Sall are saying he has done all these that you talked about?
Two names come out of the pile. Myself, of course, and President Macky Sall. The only difference is that President Macky Sall has done a great job in providing those things I talked about. He could do better on the governance issue and other subjects, immaterial subjects. But the difference is that he cannot run for a third term because our constitution that we, the people of Senegal, have decided to modify last 2016 to provide that nobody can serve more than 2 terms.
But Mr. Seck, there are suggestions that he could seek another term in office. That is the third term that he said the Constitution prevents him from doing so.
Yes, I have known President Sall for a long time. He served as minister under my prime ministership. And I take him at his word when he says he has not decided whether to stand for a third term yet. Myself, I have been extremely clear on the subject because a third term would lead to social turmoil, violence, and civil unrest. So I expect him to be wise enough not to announce that. But for the time being, no one has heard him say he will run for a third term. And I believe and pray that he doesn't.
Looking at your candidacy, what are your chances of winning the election?
Well, for me, anybody should and could run. It's only the Senegalese citizen and voter who has the right to decide who he is giving his vote to. And whatever the candidate I believe I'm the best in providing the things I just mentioned. All my career, both in the private sector, from my PricewaterhouseCoopers background to my prime ministership, has proven that I'm the best qualified to provide those things to my country. And if the Senegalese people decide so, I will prove that in less than 5 years.
Idrissa Seck is a former Senegalese prime minister. He spoke with me from the capital, Dakar.